Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome. My name is Rogan. We're here every night, well, not every night, a few nights talking to our different people who are going to be joining us during July. So I'd like to welcome to the screen. This is Kevin over here. Hey, Kevin. Thank you so much
Hi,
for
Kat.
how are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm not feeling too well. I haven't even got out of my pajamas today. I've been
Oh my
teaching from
gosh.
and I have to go back to school tomorrow until the 13th of August. So I was like, you know what?
Yes.
This is the last chance to stay in my pajamas. So I was like, I'm doing it.
Yes.
Yes.
Sleepwear, the realness.
Yes, pajama realness. Exactly. So I've just gone on to the Instagram live as well. So I'm going to give Kevin a second to go on to Instagram, see if he can find me on Insta Live, find everybody knows on the Insta Live, and join us on there too. So we can do what they call simulcasting in the biz. Yes. So just while I'm letting Kevin have a chance to find us on there, I'm just going to introduce a little bit about why we're here. So we're going to have a community-based testing initiative at Everybody Knows, at Knows Nest rather, our little nest in PJ, and that means that you can get some free HIV tests, which is great. That's on Sunday, the 26th of July, right? 4:30.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, awesome. So, have you managed to find me on Instagram, Kevin?
Yes,
Is
I
it
found you
Hello?
on Instagram. You look great
Cool.
here.
If you find the story, so hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh, which one are you? Can you ask to join me in my chat? Are you? You're not
Oh, right.
Excius, are you? Hi,
There you
Excius.
go.
So hopefully, yes, awesome. And then I can have you in wonderful, beautiful double places because these days everyone's on Instagram. Let's face it, that's where people like to be.
Totally.
Cool. So hopefully we're going to be, yay. All right. Awesome. Hi. Now I have you in double screen. Look at that. Isn't it weird? We're over here. We're over there. We don't know. We don't know which camera it is.
I'm so confused. Oh my gosh, look on. Where should I look?
There we go. Just put your camera closer to the other camera. Wonderful. So thank you so much for being here with us. We're super
Hi.
excited to have Pink Triangle Foundation and Take Charge today offering community-based testing at Nose Nest. So thank you so much for joining us, first of all.
Thank you very much for having me here. Thank you very much. Thank you, Nones, for hosting us and supporting us for a long time. I think this is first time I'll be on the channel, so I'm very excited.
Yay! Yes, this is your first time doing an online live interview, right?
Yeah, I'm an online web chat version, so take me.
Yeah. So I was just saying I'm taking his virginity tonight. I'm gonna go gentle on him. It's gonna be fine. So if you could just tell us a little bit about how can people get involved to start with the community-based testing on the 26th of July? They have to make an appointment, right? Is that right?
Right. So yeah,
Beforehand?
that's right. Yeah. So because of the recent pandemic SOP, that we had to make sure that everyone who comes in had enough time to talk to us and had enough to express what sort of trouble they have, and then also they can also talk to us about how to have a better prevention in their own life as well. So then, therefore, we could then spend some time with them, talk to them to really get down to the issue before we actually like, okay, cool, you do this. Because sometimes at the government clinic, you don't get that sort of deeper connection, understanding to the problem. So that's what we try to do here.
So there's it's not just as if you go in and you get the test and that's it, you go out again. There's much
Yeah,
more counseling and there's pre-test care and there's also
yeah,
opportunities for post-test care once you find out what the results are as well, right?
exactly, yes. And then after you find out the
Awesome.
results, then you can also adhere to our program as well, because we have those supporting for PHIV and those who are not, and then we have different program as well. So you can actually join them, then they are free. They don't need to spend a cent, you don't need to spend anything on it. All you need is your time and your willingness to learn.
Awesome. And what's the test like? I mean, I know some people out there are a little bit scared of needles. I remember when I did a HIV test a long time ago when I was in Kenya in 2004. It was like a pinprick one.
Yeah.
So a pinprick, or what's the deal?
Yeah. So right now it's actually much easier. So usually what we do is very quick. So the test, imagine the test takes about 3 to 5 minutes, and that's it, you're done. So we have this little Lancet, sorry, to take the blood sample from you, and then what we do is that we will put into the little RTK, it's a rapid test kit, and then we can basically determine whether you are reactive or not.
Awesome. So do you get the results on the spot, or when do
Yeah.
people get the results?
You get a result on the spot, and you also get result, and with also explanation why we're actually teaching you how to read your result. That way you're learning in the process. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, great. And who actually does the test? Is it like, is it doctors? Is it community people? How does that work? You.
So,
Yeah, look at this sexy guy you could be getting a test with July.
So we work with doctors in clinic.
Not to do any sort of objective.
So we work with doctors in clinic, and then so we also work with doctors that are working part time at our clinic. And then after that, what we do is that because our team actually train with Ministry of Health to become a counselor in testing. So therefore, it's a 4 to 8 weeks program. Yeah. So I'm trained.
Awesome. So rather than sort of go into a clinic and having to deal with like doctors or like maybe people have got issues with kind of being in a medical environment, right? This way they can be at Nose Nest, which is the LGBT friendly space, and they can be tested by members of the community in a totally sort of judgment-free environment without necessarily feeling all that stress that people might get if they go somewhere that's a clinic, or there's also that kind of concern, right? Do you ever find that people within the community, what holds them back from going and getting an HIV test?
I think kind of usually is the play of needle, I think. But I think that's very small issue. But I think most importantly is that they're afraid to know. Like emotional things like you might not know what to do after that. So but what we try to teach is that it's very important to know because once you know yourself, you're able to help yourself. Not just living the life for yourself, living the life for everybody else too. So if you're not knowing yourself, it's kind of like COVID. If you don't know anything about you have a COVID, and you just hang out with people and you're not fucking around, and that will eventually result in that.
Yeah, for sure. And we've come on so far in the treatment and prevention of HIV. It's really amazing. It's not like the 90s anymore. And so if people do find out that they have a positive diagnosis, then they can start to go on PrEP, for example, to make sure that they don't spread it to other people, right?
That is not correct. So PrEP is
not
actually
correct. I was saying that, I was thinking, I was like, okay, so what happened? Okay, walk me through it. So you've got a positive diagnosis. What's the steps? What's the steps people would do then?
So usually what we do is that once you diagnose with our test, because our test is actually 99.2% accuracy. However, we're leaving room for error, right? So what we're going to do is that we need to send you for a blood test confirmation result, right? So once you get it, then the doctor will then put whether where you are currently, where you start with. If your people is high, that's great. That means you just basically newly diagnosed. But then if your CD4 begins to go lower, because that's not the virus, kind of like so then what they do is that they duplicate. So you have two then you have 4, then you have 8, then you have like millions, right? So because this virus is living inside your body, it became a type of right outside. So what you actually need to do is you can take a medication, then it brings that level of virus down, so you can live a normal life. But if you don't know that, that's the risk there. So once you find out your confirmation that you're positive, then you need to put you on vitamin training for like I believe it's a month. So that allows you to train yourself daily to take that medication. Because if you don't, imagine the medication is a flat line, right? So let's say if you are putting here 10 o'clock at night, you'll start eating that. That's flat line. So if you do every day, it's really, really good. So you're pushing the virus down. However, what you do if you miss, let's say if you miss a day or a couple hours, then you see that flat line begin to go down, and then the virus begins to, live out its life. So that's very important. But those trainings and those mental supports and stuff like that, we actually have a team, Facebook team that actually can help monitor your system, to help areas, and you are. We also have systems and like systems for how you can get the news to your family and friends. How to take the news to what can we do further? So that's what we are hoping for.
Awesome. And if people have, and it's free, the most important number, our price.
Yeah,
and if
exactly.
people have that they're negative, then you can also give them advice too on how to make sure that they don't prevent that they keep safe in the future as well, right?
What was it called?
So you were talking about. I wanted to ask a little bit about PrEP because I think it's. I feel as if PrEP must just be like a revolution within the gay man community. It must just be like, wow, like the 80s all over again. Like safer 80s, the early 80s.
It worked for men and women. So let's say a woman wanted to take it as well, and because let's say actually PrEPs are really good for someone who is in risk on if they have a high sexual activity, they're involved with multiple partners, and PrEPs are really good for preventing HIV. However, it will not protect you from STI.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So however, you need to look into safety measures in that.
So do you think that maybe as PrEP increases, as use of PrEP increases, and perhaps HIV infections go down, do other STIs rise because people are sort of taking PrEP and maybe they're not using condoms as much as they did before because they think, oh, well, at least I won't get HIV.
So technically, it's actually what is the thought like this? Because usually people enjoy, well, I would say like some people enjoy raw sex. Is it okay to say that on here?
Of course, yeah.
So people enjoy raw sex, and people really enjoy sexuality without condoms, which I encountered a lot. And because of that enjoyment, sort of prevent them from using condoms. So, but however, I mean, if you look into HIV is one thing, right? Syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia, all these is different symptoms of STI too. So, but they are treatable.
Yeah.
So if you look into the urgency that we need here, PrEP is really, really good for someone who wants to prevent HIV, but you need to also measure that. Don't use HIV as an excuse that you can just, I'm going to do raw sex and 1,000 people lining up. I don't know how to do that. Just don't use PrEP as an excuse for you to continue to have raw sex with many people, because ultimately it's not really healthy for you mentally, and it's not healthy for your society.
Yes, I'm glad that you also said mentally, because I think that, I mean, that is something where, of course, people want to have multiple partners, and that's up to them, and that's their choice, and that can also be lots of fun. But I do also feel like whenever you're in a loving relationship with that the sex is better.
Exactly. I mean, people used to use the word like make love. So like the love is a
Yeah,
bigger part of it.
yeah, that's what my parents call it. They call it making love, so
All right,
they still like to
hey.
do it.
I still call it making love. I mean, without love, what you making, right? Making baby,
Yeah,
maybe.
exactly. Uh, And what about getting treatment for the other STIs then that people might want to think about? Are there options for that at the moment, or how
Yeah,
you
it
exploring?
depends. It depends. I mean, there are, I believe it's 11 type of STI. So each one is slightly different, but they're all treatable. Some of them like syphilis injections to just clear it up. When it comes to herpes, they are creams for that. When it comes to chlamydia, those also have treatment for that as well. So let's say STI, we have that treatment, but it's not necessary. You don't have to go there every time. Go to clinic. Oh, I got the herpes again, or like it's not that. Yeah,
Yeah,
there
for
are other
sure.
options.
Awesome. And where else are you doing this kind of? You're doing this kind of testing around Klang Valley, right? A few different
Yeah.
locations.
Yes, that's right. For us PT Foundations, because since the pandemic sort of rising, and then how we are all locked down, so then our team begin to think of how can we bring the services out to the people where they don't need to go to a system of government clinic, don't need to go to a system of judgment, catwalk. So we said in the hospital. So what we're trying to do is to provide a service in a safe space, allow people to come in to approach us and get tested. Whether you have tested before or you have never tested before, we have a lot of different solutions. We have a blood base, and we also have a mouth swab. So therefore, you can, if you are afraid needle, you still can come forward to test with us. And again, these are free, so
Yeah,
they will not pay
awesome.
for.
And is it still the case that you would need to make sure you get a test within 3 months or within 6 months of your last, or six? Is it
That
6 weeks
depends.
or 3 months of your last exposure?
3 months, 3 to 6 months.
Between 3 and 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
So
a standard RTK.
if you've been exposed, then it's not necessarily going to show up in the test until 3 months or 6 months.
No, that's not true. So usually,
No.
actually takes 72 hours.
To show
So
up in your blood, to be
yeah,
testable.
yes.
Wow.
So I
Wow.
mean,
It's coming
within
so fast.
72 hours, if you need to do a full blood test, you can actually determine whether you're HIV or not. But within 72 hours, that is a period of very crucial. So if anyone listen to this, that if you have unprotected sex unaccidentally, or if you're knowing that downstairs regions are bleeding or any sort of cuts or anything, you can refer to PEP, which is PEP. That is actually will help you. It will basically only work within 72 hours. But these are slightly more expensive.
Yes. So there's like so there's the PrEP, which is like
Pre, and then there are
right? The
post.
PRE,
Yeah.
prefix beforehand,
Yeah.
and then the PEP, which is the post. So I sort of like to think of that as like the morning after pill.
Yeah.
So the PrEP is like the pill.
Yeah.
You take that every day, and you don't know whether you're necessarily going to have sex or not, but you keep taking it. Keep yourself topped up.
Exactly.
And then if you are exposed and something's happened, maybe you've missed some of your PrEP from before, or maybe you just kind of let it slide, or maybe you forgot it at your house, or maybe something came up, or maybe the condom broke. All these things.
Anything could happen. Yeah.
Anything could happen. Then there's the PEP, which you can take within 72 hours of the exposure.
Yeah.
And what about that one? Because I guess you would want to get that quickly, right? So what's a quick way that people can get PEP?
Right. So actually quite simple. PEP, I believe that you can get it in government, not government clinic, so you can get a pharmacy. You can get tested at government clinic if you're willing to do so. And then what they need to do is that within 72 hours, they need to prescribe you to go and get the medication at clinic. I believe it's over 1,200 or 1,300 ringgit if you want to get the whole thing done.
That is an expensive mistake, eh?
Yeah, because again, if you look into the glucose medication, PrEP, PEPs, those are not recognized in Malaysian government yet. So we are trying to find different. I know what you mean. I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find different sort of platforms. So our clinic actually provide the test for you. But what we could do is that my PT Foundation actually could not prescribe, but sell you the medication for, let's see, for less than a quarter of that price.
For the PEP, for the post-exposure.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, great. So if people do find themselves in that position, get in touch with PT Foundation. What's the best way to what's the best way to get in touch with you guys? Is it like the phone number or the Facebook, or what's the best way? Because I'm thinking within that 72-hour window, it's quite important, right, that people kind of get quick response.
Yeah. So usually, if you reach out to us at PTF Facebook, we are very responsive. You just message us there, or you can also visit PTF website. It has a number. You can actually contact us directly. Otherwise, you can follow my Insta or any of my team Insta. We can maybe share it somewhere soon. You can actually reach out to us, just send them a message. We will then guide you through. Actually, my teams are very, very informative and also very helpful as well.
Yeah, and I think it's so wonderful that you've got this big team of people who are people like us and who can really relate and empathize with what people are going through whenever they're going to get an HIV test, or indeed any other STD test as well. And because it is a scary thing, and it's something that can be quite difficult, and like you say, sometimes people just wish they would rather not know. But honestly, I think whatever is happening in your mind, it's like could be worse than what you think it is.
It's true.
So you just know the reality, and then if it is a positive result, then you can start taking medication. You can protect yourself. You can protect others. You can start living a healthy life and have a very full life. It's no longer a positive diagnosis no longer means what it used to mean, right?
Yeah.
But of course, it's still very expensive if you want to get that treatment, right?
Not for Malaysians. If you are Malaysian,
oh really?
You actually get it for free.
That's what we like.
But if you're a foreigner, I think one thing the foreigner lack is medical access, medical right in Malaysia. So that's when our clinic comes in handy. So basically, if you're a foreigner, you can come to our clinic, no question asked, no ID asked, no nothing. Get tested. If you are positive, you get treatments right away. But however, anyone who are positive, we had to send a report to KKN. Doesn't mean that we will submit those reports to immigration. They are separate different things. So that's why we are trying to help. Find a leeway for everyone in Malaysia, living in Malaysia, can get that treatment.
So then, does that information get communicated back to your doctor, or is it confidential?
Yes, all the information between the doctor and patient is confidential. No one else knows besides the patient and the doctor, unless my teams are involved.
So that's what I'm wondering. Are people maybe scared that if they get the diagnosis, could their employer find out? Will it cause issues with insurance?
Yeah, I mean this happens so many times. I mean we have witnessed the cases that somehow lead people to the sick bed, even dead. Because Malaysians see HIV as still a type of disease that by touching you can get it, or so the discriminations, for HIV in workplace or in anywhere is still highly regarded. So we need to take this very seriously. But I mean, to be honest, your status is yours to let people know. If you wanted to know, no one's going to tell you anything about if they have HIV policy unless you're very close to them, right? So, but I mean, to be honest, it is up to them to tell the employee. But unless the workplace enforce HIV testing, for example, like school, colleges, university, medical places. So that's why there's a lot of HIV dropping out from school because of that. So education system is very important because you can't just drop people out because of HIV. It's not their fault. Sometimes it's just going down there. So yeah, that's really happening. So we're doing
it's very difficult. Yeah.
But before that, it's really up to them.
Yeah, and I would also, would you advise people to, if they don't have medical insurance, that they perhaps get medical insurance if they possibly can before they get HIV tested? If they're worried?
I would suggest so. To be honest, I would suggest so. I have spoken to a few insurance company, and how do they cover HIV? It doesn't actually. They don't have a right policy on that. So what people really need to do is that they can actually get the insurance to cover the medical bill, to cover their expenses, cover their basically everything does with medical. So because you just don't know that's what happens, but it just don't cover HIV medication. I think that's something that the Malaysian insurance should look into.
Yeah, so I think definitely if people are concerned that they might be HIV positive, then getting some medical insurance might be a good idea before you actually take the test, because it might be a lot more difficult after you get a positive diagnosis, and then also then trying to get treatment for any subsequent things that might not even be related with your HIV, but it can be difficult to get that treatment. But thankfully, for Malaysians at least, the medical care system here isn't so bad. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, and it's pretty affordable by most standards in the world. So wonderful. Great. Well, so hopefully we're going to get some people booking in. So they should text the numbers on there and book in with you guys so they can get their slot, right? Just before we go, I wanted to ask you, how did you get into this type of work? What made you decide to start working for PT Foundation?
Oh my gosh, I have to talk about myself now.
I'm going to make you talk about yourself. What was your moment when you were like, okay, you know what, this is my passion? Because this is clearly your passion.
Actually, I didn't have a passion before this. I mean, I was working from corporate job to corporate jobs. I was switching job to jobs, and it's always facing that sort of, you're too loud, you're too proud, you're too colorful, you're too gay. And then one day I decided, you know what, I'm just so sick of the straight judgment from people. So I decided to work with a gay sort of organizations. And then when I met PT, and I started introducing my ideas to them and stuff like that, and then we get to know the program. I began to learn. I think that was the shocking part for me as well, because I had never learned about any of this before last year. To be honest, I get tested for the first time last year too. I think because of that, I realized that there's a big part of my life. That could be represent anybody else. So a big part of my life, I have never able to have a chance to learn anything about this, because there's nothing like this in the system. There's nothing like this in the education system. Where are you going to learn how to protect yourself, right? I think the only thing we can learn about is like, don't have sex, or don't have sex to marry. I don't know.
That's what they said in my school.
Right?
Catholic sex education. There was like a little picture of the Pope.
Oh, right. That's a good one. Yeah. So that's how I got into the work, and that begins to allow me to teach people, because I think it's the teaching passion that I have to teach others. And so because this is very simple information. All they need to know is all they need to do is just open their mind and open their heart to listen to it. HIV is not dangerous. It's dangerous if you don't treat it. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be. It's treatable.
Yes, it is. All you need to do just just get in touch with the right people, and you are taken care of.
Yeah, for
Especially
sure. And
from the
knowledge is power, and community is power, and being able to come together to support each other through it as well. Because I think definitely it's very much a mind, body, soul journey to wellness, whether that's with HIV or with any other condition that we might have in our lives. That we need to take in all the factors. We need the medical treatment, and then we also need to feel supported, and we need to feel loved, and we need to feel seen, and all those like guilt and shame isn't going to make it any better. It's going to make it worse. It's just going to suppress that immune system.
It's so true, though.
Yeah, there's like scientific stuff behind that.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, you know it.
We have a loving, caring community that we feel supported, and then that's a very important part in our road to being well, which is a constant thing that we're all working with, right? We never, our health, looking after our health never stops.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's why healthcare is always usually like #1 jobs in your parents' list. Like my son and my daughter, make sure your doctor, lawyers are all up here,
But in Irish, we have a saying that says, "Health is better than wealth."
That's true.
And I think
in HIV cases, there's the saying that prevention is better than a cure.
Yeah, for
sure.
sure.
You have a cure for the positive, but to be honest, prevention is always better than a cure, regardless of whether it's COVID, whether it's HIV, whether it's syphilis. It's all the same thing. Prevention is always better than a cure. So
so we educate, protect ourselves, learn and grow. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Really nice finding out more and having some of those myths busted. So if people are interested, 26th of July at 4:30, it's a Sunday. So come along, hang out with the team. There is a lovely group of people. Last time there was makeup. I don't know, like there was full on makeup going on, and there were wigs. So it won't be like
makeup, brushes
you were expecting. So it'll be lots of fun.
We'll put out a show. We'll put out a show for everyone who walks in. That's what we're doing. Let's have a good time,
Awesome. Well, thank you for anybody who joined us on the live. If you're watching on the replay and you want to ask any questions, please do drop them in. And hopefully we'll see you on the 26th. And please do tell your friends. And if you need the address, just DM us, okay? Slip into our DMs, and we'll send that through to you. So thank you so much for joining us.
Get it from those
yes, get your merchandise. Thank you for showing your. There was some great
I'm wearing that every day. I love the car. Oh my God, that's so cool. Best stuff ever owned.
Exactly. So you can get your community-based testing. You can get your Pride merch. It's like all one-stop shop.
All at once. Exactly. Oh my gosh, just call it Pride shop.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kevin.
Thank you.
Lots of love. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, there we go.